There, friends, how are you? It is Tuesday, and I promised to do some cooking tonight, so I'm not going to speak for very long. I have put up a YouTube video that I did with Alex Jidka, who is in the Czech Republic, last night, and she is very knowledgeable about the Illuminati plans to control and dominate our world with numerology, occult ritual, and their power. All right. And so I think you will get a kick out of it. In this video, some of my Asperger's symptoms show up, and I'm sorry about that, but that's something I'm born with, so I can't really do much about it. Okay. I have been offered the opportunity to do a weekly radio show, to actually host it in Jerusalem, Israel, on Wednesdays. Okay, Wednesdays, basically at midnight Jerusalem time, 2 p.m. my time. And those discussions, which will center on Jewish law and culture and some of the differences between the religious Torah doctrines versus the secular materialist Talmud doctrines. We'll get into that quite a bit. You know, I was fostered in a family that was Jewish from Kiev, Russia. And several of my uncles were famous socialists back in the 50s. Eugene Dennis was the former general secretary of the Communist Party USA. He was an uncle of mine. And Marty Ritt, the radical Hollywood director, was an uncle of mine. And Emil Rabinowitz, who was the business manager and founder of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union, was an uncle of mine. And so I grew up in the Zionist and socialist milieu, but it never took on me. It never worked for me. But it has led me to study the landscape of philosophies to find out, why does a philosophy work over here that doesn't work over there? And why do people's beliefs dominate their behavior, or sometimes their beliefs don't dominate their behavior? How does this work, you know? All right, so now I'm still in the middle of doing the series with Alex in the Czech Republic. I have 1 or 2 more sessions to do with her. And starting next Wednesday, July 3rd, I'll be broadcasting from Israel. And on Saturdays, I'm still doing History Reset from Dublin, Ireland. I'm starting to get around, okay, starting to get around. And I just keep things down to earth so that there's none of this pie in the sky, if you die by and by stuff. All right, that was what my foster family found objectionable about the domain of what they called the opiate of the people, which is religion. And so that's what I'm sifting and sorting out. It's like a big wad of fishing tackle. There's all this stuff to sort out to get a coherent sense of how history has played out. Now, you know, I relate it all back to the founding culture of the Anunnaki, which is expressed in the Sumerian cuneiform tablets and in a half a dozen holy books, okay? There's the Bible, the Book of Enoch, there's the Colburn Bible, there's the Oahspe, all right? We have a bunch of holy books that have God's real name in them, so that they all tell the same story. The Colburn Bible tells a lot of the same story as the Oahspe, which tells a lot of the same story as, okay, the Pentateuch, and so on and so forth. And so I'm just trying to make sense of all this. And that's what I'm doing. Hi, Jay. Trying to make sense of it. And so that's what's going on over here. And I have a grand total now out of the 2,880 subscribers I had at YouTube. I'm all the way back up to 20. That many, huh? Right. And so the book that is going to kind of make sense out of everything I'm saying right here. Oh, shoot. I have to go get that link again. Hang on, I'll just be a minute. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Come, let us make man in our image is about the two lines of thought that have converged in all of these dogfights and all of these doctrinal and dogmatic, the Hegelian dialectics and the divide and conquer. Okay, well, I'm taking the Anunnaki story and showing how it came down through the centuries to create what we've got going on now. And it's a picture book. There's 400 pictures in that book. And so I think it's a fun book to look at. I call it a coffee table book. It's got a lot of interesting pictures in it. Oh, so that's what's going on here today on Tuesday. And yes, it is still hot, and it will be hot till September. And all the animals are sacked out in the house going, oh! Okay. All right, so there's the news, all the news fit to print, and we're going to get through this. One of the things I pointed out to Alex in our little conversation last night was that the Illuminati, they have this program, they have this agenda that they're going to do da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. And they believe this and they believe that. And what I said to Alex, and I hope you enjoy that video, and the link is up here. I don't care what they think they want to do, because it doesn't work for me. I am not a sheeple. I am not a consumable product. I am not just a nameless hominid in a mass of people. I'm a sentient human being, and I'm not going to put up with the top-down diktat of this group of what they believe are superior minds who call themselves the Illuminati. I'm not having it. And I do not support their publications. I do not support their videos. I do not support them in any way, shape, or form. And that is the work that I do. And I hope you can find it a place in your heart to accept and go along with that work of repudiating the top-down New World order, because it is not a civil system. It's a system which, like the empire system of the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, Greeks, Romans, and Tartarians, implicitly accepts human trafficking, prostitution, body parts marketing, drug trafficking, gun running, and predatory statecraft. They accept wars. They're predatory. I don't want it, okay? And I hope that you, my friends, will take the same stand and just say no to the empire, the New World Order empire, that wants to make prostitution legal and abortion legal, and let anybody overrun any country that happens to be civil by any uncivil migrants who want to just get on a gravy train. That's not the way that civil and decent societies and cultures can proceed and can continue under the onslaught of those who are unable, unwilling, or whatever to participate in a civil manner, okay? And the idea that the way to a higher form of civil society is to allow the destruction of civil cultures and the obliteration of the people's ability to defend themselves against anything just doesn't make any sense to me, all right? So if it doesn't make any sense to you, I hope you'll find your way to speak up about it, okay? And this has been Emily Craig, and we'll see you in a day or so. Bye-bye.